Hello everyone, welcome to Coding 101. So today we're going to be handling the Fibonacci exercise, the Fibonacci question. So let's just get right into it. It says write a method that returns the nth element of this Fibonacci sequence. The Fibonacci is the series of numbers that are stated over there. The next number is found by adding up the two numbers before it. And assume that indexes start at 0. The Fibonacci of 0 is 0 and the Fibonacci of 1 is 1. So basically you find the Fibonacci number by sequence, actually by getting the sum of the previous numbers in that particular sequence. So we're going to be using recursion for this. If you don't know what recursion is, well, recursion is basically when a function calls itself. So we're gonna make the function call itself in this particular instance. So what we're simply gonna do is that we're gonna be start by with the last statement that says assume that indexes start at 0, e.g. And we're gonna do this part over here. So that there is no confusion whatsoever. So we're gonna say if this integer, this number is 0, then what are we gonna do? We're gonna just return 0, right? Return 0, and we're gonna say else if it's 1, then what do we do? Just fix this right here. If it's 0, return 0. And if it's 1, then what do? We just return 1. Okay, that's good. And then what do we do now? We come to the else statement and we do the definition of Fibonacci, which is simply return the sum of the two numbers in the sequence. So this is where recursion comes into play rather, and Fibonacci. Okay, and so we say n minus 1 plus the Fibonacci of n minus 2. The Fibonacci, yeah, there we go, and put a semicolon over there, and that's just it. Cool. And so that's our Fibonacci function. In order to test it, we come here to the main method and we put the number 5 over here, and to see what is the Fibonacci Fibonacci number. And so what we do is that we put the number 5 over here and we see what's the fifth number in the Fibonacci sequence. So we should get what should we get? It's actually 5. Okay, so this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's correct. So that would mean the 6th digit in the Fibonacci sequence should be 8. And it's 8. And that means the 7th should be 13. And just try that. You have to do a couple of tests just to see if you're doing it correctly. And there we go, 13. Good, awesome. And now we move on to do this thing in Python as well. It's pretty much the same thing. I mean, if you know Python, you basically know Java. It's like the same thing, except a few things there and there. We go Fibo, let's just say Fibo this time, just not to waste time. We have our n, and we just say if n is equal to 0, then what do? We return 0. If n is equals to 1, what do? We return 1. Else you return, recursion works in Python as well, n minus 1 plus Fibo of minus 2. And so that's basically it. And let's now find the Fibonacci, the seventh digit in the Fibonacci using our Python function. It should be 13, and there you go. So let's put the two methods side by side so that you can see the similarity of them. So there you go. You have it in Java and you have it in Python. This was a pretty simple exercise. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you leave a comment on the comment section. Thank you.